Now we have to do the discussions. And just 2 days ago, we know that the president commissioned the Kwame Nkrumah, it's in our circle, Kwame Nkrumah interchange. We've removed the circle from the phrase in itself, but it continued with an inauguration of a gymnasium, an emporium, a sports emporium they call it, just around the Lavender Hill, close to Kolebu. And it continues a number of inaugurative activities being undertaken by the president and the NDC government in itself. Well, we'll be talking about that very soon, but somebody who knows a lot more about it is a legal practitioner, a member of the NDC's legal team, and Abraham Amaliba is in the studio. Thanks for joining me, Abraham.
Thank you for having me.
And just before now, he was on the phone as well, speaking to a number of media stations and trying to espouse the achievements of the NDC administration. But somebody who also have a say on how well the NDC has done or not in government, and why he'll be making a case for his party to be elected into government, is the National Nasara Coordinator of the NPP, Kamaldeen Abdullahi. My good friend, how are you?
I'm good.
How's the campaign going on?
Terrific, going so well.
I
like the way you chose your words carefully when you were
trying to do the introduction.
Well, by saying that someone is trying to espouse the achievements of the government. I mean, if you have any achievement at all, you don't try to espouse it. You just say it as
you just lay it bare.
Absolutely. So I like the way you chose it carefully, and it's not bad.
Let's see. This is what they call evidence-based. And Abraham Amaliba, would you say that the projects you've been inaugurating the last couple of weeks, I should say, are evidence-based enough that your government is achieving enough? Especially you look at the Circle interchange. And also, you get to see a number of projects, schools, and the things that the president announced during his speech during that very evening.
Let me say good morning to your viewers and listeners alike. This is audio visual, isn't it? So those who cannot see can hear. The president has acquired a new name, John Development Mahama.
Yeah, that's JDA.
John Development Mahama. He's also acquired another name called the Commissioner General. You rightly indicated he's been commissioning and commissioning. Let me just add one before you get to hear. By the close of this month, Kaswa Interchange will be commissioned, maybe first on your station here. Now, when you look at these projects, they are projects that are dear to the hearts of the people. When you take the Emporium, the boxing gymnasium yesterday, we all know that that part of town produces boxers for this country. Over 90% of world title holders that Ghana has produced come from that part of town. From the days of Nkrumah, the people there have been yearning for such a facility. Today, as we speak, it has materialized. The people are grateful to the president. The people think that this has taken long to come, but at least it has come. So you can imagine, if without such a facility, we were able to produce such well beaters. With this facility, you know what it will do to the people in that part of town. They will be able to produce more world champions. So, without doubt, anybody who is even groping in the dark, can have a feel of that Emporium yesterday. When you come to the interchange, you are aware your facility here is close to the interchange. You know, when it was a circle, the number of man hours that was lost there, the fumes of vehicles that was emitted in terms of polluting our environment. When you go there today, I'm sure you pass there to this place, it is so free and people can pass. Some taxi drivers and trotto drivers confessed that They used to use an hour or so to do the runabout, but now they can do it in less than 20 minutes. That is a clear indication of the handiwork of the John Dramani Mahama administration. Now, the benefits that this interchange would bring to people cannot be overemphasized. Now, if you live in this part of town, if you were arriving home late, now you can have quality time with your family before you even sleep. If you were getting home at 10 o'clock, with this interchange, your number of hours will be cut. And when you get there home, you won't get to home at the time when your children are already asleep. You may have a word or two with them before they even sleep. That is the social connection this road has. When you talk about the fact that now you are able to ensure that people who otherwise, whose revenues were not appreciated because taxi drivers will come and lamp up there, they can now go like 2 or 3 times, and that is money in their pocket. So, and also what we lost there, I'm told that we lost like $100 million because of the time wasting in that part of town. This has all freed up. There was an indication that an MPP woman confessed and said that Wedie Yentimi Enkase NDC Anye Bibia. That was a confession.
There's something going on social media that you spent a number of, I don't know whether it's speculative, on the inauguration activity itself. I don't know whether you've cited some of those ones.
No, but you know that with such a facility, with such a success, your opponents will want to cast doubt and throw mud at it. Indeed, I'm told that when the president said that it was the longest and the highest interchange in West Africa, our opponents set out to send engineers to go out into West Africa to take measurement to see whether the president has said it right or not. So these are matters that you expect that the opponents will throw dust at it. But what is important is the edifice, the facility.
And I have to make Kamaldeen Abdullahi come in. But before I do that, I have a lecturer, a senior lecturer with the Political Science Department of the University of Ghana, Dr. Agridakon. A very good morning to you. Now, particularly we've seen over the last few weeks a number of inaugurations of projects by John Dramani Mahama, the president, leading his administration. Now, does this influence voters in any way? We saw that with the Kufuor-led administration, saw that in the Rawlings-led administration as well. Does it influence voters in any way?
Yeah, thank you very much, Roland. It's been a long time.
Yes, it's really been a while.
Yeah,
I think 3 or 4 years. Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity. We have decided that we'll go democratic. We have decided that one of the surest ways by which we can tame our president is to give them term limits. That is why Ghana will say that every 4 years, come back and account for your stewardship. If the people are satisfied with the data, you have prosecuted your mandate. They renew the mandate. After 8 years, you don't even qualify to contest at all. The idea is that because we've had life expectancy in this country, we simply will want to deal with that for the way of trying to deal with, as I said, tame the president and make sure that because nobody is a paradigm of virtue fundamental. We have an electoral cycle. Every 4 years, we go to the book. Life. You see, there are certain fundamentals. Somebody like John Locke argues that the major things that really inform the crafting of the contract, which the government must really work on, will be life, liberties, and property, fundamentally. That is why for Locke, if you are unable to deal with these 3 critical areas of life, then that government has no business being in government at all. For him, it can even be exist for the renewal of the abrogation of the contract agreement. So we have seen it under the Fourth Republic. We've seen this electoral cycle. Some people even have argued that we go through what some political scientists will refer to as a political business cycle. And what is that supposed to mean? What we're saying is that governments will want to implement very harsh policies very early in their term, and then getting to the end of the term where they will have to come back and seek the mandate, seek full renewal of mandate.
Is that the best practice?
The economy. And so on, stimulate the economy. Projects are out there. You need to demonstrate to the people that indeed you care. You have executed a number of contracts. And that is why strategically, you realize that a lot of the commissioning are simply targeted. If you like, target to meet or to coincide with major, especially the election year. The idea is that it helps you to tell the people that there are visible projects that you have executed, and therefore you must be given the money.
Now,
it does help. It does help. It adds to the overall advantage that it could mean.
Now, Dr. Agbedaku, is it the best practice in the more developed democracies, so to speak?
In advanced democracies, we see that these things will really not work. Because, in advanced democracy, they've gone past survival level. I mean, issues of fundamentals, infrastructure gaps and other things. These things are basic, they are given. And they also appreciate the utility or the role of government. They know that governments must intervene in critical areas of life. So they will look at America. Of course, a survival issue like maybe what to put food on the table, issues of employment, how you protect yourself internationally, as a world leader, some issues on abortion, pro-life, pro-abortion, among others, issue of gay rights and so on. Those things to play, the whole.
So you are saying that because they've moved beyond survival levels, as far as this very indicator is concerned, we cannot be benchmarking that section of our political dispensation with theirs.
For a very long time to come, it's going to be used by incumbents. Because one other thing that we need to appreciate is that the president was given 4-year mandate, was given 4 years, and all these while, I mean, this time up to January 6th, he will still be a legitimate president. And so the idea is that once he's a president, I mean, legitimately, he has to prosecute the government business. Even though some of us will argue that for now, a lot of things are not done. I mean, basic policies are not being implemented. Everybody is campaigning and so on. But the critical point, it also falls within the time frame within which the person has to be president. So it's very difficult to decouple really, I mean, conduct of official business and perhaps engaging in, certain political activities that is near to the benefit of the party. We should also not forget that the president was also sponsored by a political party. The party, all things being equal, will have judged based on their track record. And that is why even when projects are not fully completed, governments will want to commission them so it can add to their record.
Well, thank you very much. Dr. Agbedaku is a senior lecturer with the Political Science Department of the University of Ghana. And for the MPP, the biggest opposition party, the party that would say they are in waiting to become the next government, you should be worried.
Worried?
By the spate of the commissioning of the projects. Is it negatively resonating or sending shivers down the spine of you, the main characters in the party?
I've just had a very good laugh this morning. Worried? Worried as a result of what? Mediocrity? Why? I didn't say commissioning projects. I didn't say providing infrastructure for your country by way of getting hospitals built, getting schools built, getting roads constructed, was an exercise in mediocrity. I didn't say so. The very person who commissioned the so-called Dubai, who is the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, belongs to the school of thought that says that for a government to say, I have constructed roads, I have built hospitals, I have actually been able to provide cheap compounds. For a government to say all this, that government is practicing what we call mediocrity, because it is incumbent on you. It is your duty, okay, to provide such. by Article 34 of our Constitution. The President himself said it. And of course, I am gladly belonging to such school of thought. If Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, inshallah, becomes the President of the Republic of Ghana, I wouldn't be happy to see him gloating over provision of infrastructure, which is supposed to be his duty anyway. However, what we saw at the commission,
or have been seen in the spirit of
or
commission,
what we have been seeing, okay, maybe we have just seen a few, because point is that they have come to admit that the 200 schools that they promised, they have not been able to do that. They've done a couple. I don't know, is that about 10 or 9? How many? A couple, okay? I know that for 8 good years that Ghanaians have given the mandate to NDC, and for that matter, John Atamels, may he rest in peace, and John Dramani Mahama administration, spanning from 2009 till date, Ghanaians have actually been subjected to nothing but what? Misery.
Ghanaians are miserable?
Yes.
In what way?
We have been subjected to nothing but misery. Ask my good brother, what is the production of agriculture in this country today? These are basic fundamentals. These are fundamentals that will come to inure to the benefit of us all. Agriculture is appalling, not performing well by their own standards. As we sit, Roland, 8 good years of MPP, juxtapose it to the 8 good years of NDC. Out of the 8 good years of MPP, we've had 8 interchanges constructed. 8 interchanges. Even we have to even go on that tangent, talking about infrastructure development. 8. Sofolai interchange, Tetekwashi interchange. I'm happy when you were introducing this particular topic. I mean, I don't know whether it was a slip, but I know it was inadvertent. But Tetekwashi came out of your mouth before even talking about cycle.
When I was, yeah.
Absolutely. You mentioned Tetekwashi.
Because there was an interchange, so the word, so I had to
interchange, of course, it's still fresh in our minds. That is how come you could not actually, you know.
Because I use it every day, that's why.
Absolutely.
So your point is?
Look at the road spanning from 37 to Adenta and beyond. That is the handiwork of MPP administration. Look at Mala Yamaransa, where today road has actually been expanded for you to have an opportunity to create a flyover or an interchange. And you say we should keep quiet because you are doing an interchange. Mala Yamaransa Road was envisioned by the MPP in the 8 years. Put that aside. Move from Circle, going down there. I am happy when President Kufuor said that, look, if the roads were not open up, if we hadn't constructed these things, would you have had the opportunity of getting an interchange constructed? No.
That also means that the President Kufuor also recognizes that government is in continuity.
Absolutely. And I'm happy the President said it. But my good brother sits here and wants to, with all respect to him, trivialize it to the extent that he's talking about votes.
But Kamaldeen Abdullah, is it not true that the President at the inauguration of this interchange really commended President Rawlings, President Kufuor, and President Tata Mills for the enormous activities?
Objectivity at play.
And even overall commended President Kwame Nkrumah.
And I say objectivity at play. Excellent. And I'm happy on that piece. If he drew in President Kufuor,
yes, he
drew
did.
in Rawlings, President Rawlings, and all that, and by extension, even the first president of the Republic of Ghana, okay, then.
And that's significant and symbolic.
That is an objectivity at play. Excellent. But see, if the president sounded objective and sounded like someone who, of course, knows that governance is supposed to be in continuity, okay, moves on, and he has elements within them, like the likes of Honorable Amalaba sitting here, the likes of Tornado, who says that we will not continue with what the ex-Wild government left because we also want to...
But we've passed that. We've seen the president come to really actualize and continue.
In making analysis, you ought to bring in some references to be able to make sure that you have flesh in your presentation. And I'm saying that we have people within NDC who will tell you that, look, I will not continue with the affordable housing because when I continue, the credit will go to the past government.
But those people, they are not the president, are they?
They are not the president. but they should learn from the president.
Okay.
That is why I have learned
On
very
a scale
well.
on a scale to 1 to 10, for the infrastructure that has been undertaken by the NDC-led government, especially over the last 4 years, because I know we keep coming back to 2009. How would you rate JDM? He calls him John Development Mahama now, but we know it's John Dramani Mahama.
You see, to whom much is given, much is expected. Why? If for 8 good years, I have just enumerated some of the achievements of President Kufuor and the MPP for 8 good years without oil revenue. And as we sit today, $600 million annually comes in through, out of the oil revenue we have. For 4 years, you're asking me about 4 years. For 4 years now, 600 million multiplied by 4, that's several billions of dollars, okay, given to you. And you seem to tell me that because I have commissioned a sports gymnasium, or I have commissioned an interchange, okay, worth less than $200 million both, okay, we should be clapping for you. Someone who had cause to get only 20 billion Ghana cedis, you have had over 240 billion Ghana cedis. We should be clapping for you because you have provided an interchange.
So the rate him. So I'll move on to the next.
I want to tell you why I will not rate him. Take their manifesto.
So you give him 0.
I'm just giving you.
0 over 10.
I'm coming. Take their manifesto. Open to page 19. Manifesto of NDC. I'm happy he said that. Open to page 19. This government tells us that the infrastructure provided is unprecedented and that they have gone to Wassa, in Swim, where, and they built polyclinics in their manifesto, only for you to go there and find out that there was nothing in the place. Nothing. Not even a block.
Rate.
They've lied.
Rate 0 to 10.
Well, like I told you earlier on,
you won't rate
for a government to say that you have built houses, you have built interchanges, you have done this, it is an exercise in mediocrity. Maybe that's the rate I'll be giving to them.
All right. On the front page of the Daily Guide, we have VC print fake pink sheets. And it's also because the MPP is raising concerns about printing of pink sheets by the printers commissioned by the Electoral Commission without serial numbers. And it's a big issue for not only the MPP, but also many political activists and even some of the political parties. Why particularly now you're raising concerns about serial numbers not in place? For example, notice of poll notices not having the right logos in the Ashanti region and things like that.
Well, I think that it's important one understands that election organization is an entire process. It's not an event. It's not a one-time event. It includes the printing of, vote tallying sheets or result tallying sheets. Here we call them pink sheets or whatever. I don't know the color they're going to give to this time. Yeah, the last time we called it pink sheets. I really don't know what color is going to be given this time. Point is that if you have a collation sheet in place and we have 29,000 polling stations earmarked by the Electoral Commission, each polling station is supposed to have these pink sheets supplied. Trust me, when you look at what the Supreme Court judgment says, and when you read through, and of course get to where recommendations were given, I guess that it is important that this very serial numbers we're talking about is embossed or are embossed on these sheets. Now, if you have an Electoral Commission which is supposed to print these ballots, which is supposed to be an important part of the process, and cry to you that bring us our rep, your rep, because we want to ensure that transparency and fairness is at play. And I tell you, we took our reps to the printers, Euro Votes or whatever they call them, the company, got there, and they told us that per their company policy, our reps cannot even go to see where the collation sheets are printed.
For real?
I'm telling you
this is disputed by the Electoral Commission.
I am telling you that the reps were sent there only to go and meet some other people seated and say that, oh, we are also from NDC, we are also here, but we cannot go in there to see or observe what is going on. And we find that quite appalling. If you are really supposed to come out and play it fair play it safe, play it transparent for all of us to accept. These little things must be taken into consideration. To the extent that Abraham Amalba sitting here today can have access to technology via his phone. If he's if he has a prowess in technology, he can sit down and come out with some design that looks like the pink sheet or the sheet that is supposed to be the collation sheet. The fact that you don't have any serial numbering on it, that will tell you how unique this document is. Then, of course, it is dangerous because Abraham Amalba can print out his and then, of course, exchange it with what that one is there. Why? At the Supreme Court, what didn't we see? We saw 27-0. We saw 27-0. Metamorphosing into 270. Okay? So that somebody sitting somewhere can have a pink sheet. Without it, because it doesn't have a serial number, you cannot check, then it just comes out and write 27-0 or 270, then push it, come and exchange it, and then you see a lot of things goes into election. That is why I'm happy when the likes of citizen vigilante Martin Amidu comes out and wants to descend on the Electoral Commission. We have been told that laws are supposed to be promulgated or to come out to govern whatever we have. Question is, what is the sample pink sheet provided for in CI 94? What are the details? I'm happy he's a lawyer. Lawyers will not take a document and will not look at every single thing on that document. When you take the CI 94 and look at the provision of the form, which is the collation sheet or the pink sheet, how it's supposed to look per the law, there is supposed to be a serial number on it. Then you go print it with a serial number, then even our reps come to say that, look, this is exactly what we are here for. We are supposed to observe every bit of process. So we'll be satisfied and you and others will be satisfied. You say, no, per our company directive, you cannot even come in here. Sit here until we finish. This is what is happening. And I think Abraham Amalga must condemn this. I should condemn it. Roland, you should condemn it because we want Ghana to be a better place. We want our democracy to triumph. We do not want people who want to come and sit there and destroy our democracy. Madame Charlotte said, should try as much as possible to play it fair. I respect Martin Amidu a lot. Whatever he says is completely cast in concrete. And I tell you, Martin Amidu has spoken. Madame Charlotte said and her commissioners, please do us good. Go and take the Supreme Court judgment per the petition, read it, understand it, and get the recommendations therein and move, because pronouncements of those courts are more or less laws to us. Not even more or less, they are laws to us in this country. You cannot sit down for this thing to be done this way.
Your take on this particularly, you know, for many stakeholders, whether it's the media, the observers, and the NGOs, etc., they would be worried that that's the phenomenon or perhaps the anomaly that has been, if it is at all, noticed.
The NPP has a penchant of coming out in the public and spewing lies, complete lies. You know that.
Lies. Don't see.
Can we go on? Can we go on?
No. You see, we are very discerning minds, and it's not so good when you come out to say that someone is spewing lies when you cannot even, as it were, give evidence to.
Let him talk.
I'm not happy with the usage of those words.
Let him talk.
We should be careful this morning.
Let him talk.
So the MPP is noted for telling lies. You notice that when the MPP itself gave their own logo to the EC, that they should emboss it on the parliamentary ballot papers. They had notice and parliamentary ballot papers. When the things were sent to the Ashanti region, no less their chairman said that he wouldn't accept them because
that was the right.
There was no.
That was not the right logo.
That was not the right logo. That was lies, because at the national level, their attention was drawn to it, and they said that yes, that is what they want. But when it comes to the presidential, they will ask them to put the MPP under. That is complete lies. That is the kind of things that they go, the trajectory that they go, trying to heighten the temperature of this country and making it look like everything is going bad.
When they are raising serious concerns?
I've given you an example.
Concerns.
I think you want me to talk. If you want him to talk, let him talk.
No, please talk.
Today I've changed my modus operandi, if you've noticed.
Yes, today I see that you're very... You seem to have had the vacuum to...
Yeah, because well-meaning Ghanaians have told me that this buga, they don't like it on and that I am.
No, it's not about you.
When dry bones are mentioned, all ladies become uneasy. So they say that when one takes a cool position and speaks, that's what the viewers want.
No, when you are dazed
now
and
you
intimidated,
notice that when the MPP comes out and is attacking the EC, little do they know that the EC has got responses for them. On this matter of pink sheets, these are not the pink sheets that will be used on the election day. What we are talking about, or what the EC printed yesterday, was 3,000 replacement forms. These replacement forms have a different color from the ones that will be used on election day. The election day ones, for the first time, we have a situation where they are printed polling station specific. So it is not now that you have a presiding officer filling the forms as we normally will go to the polling station. They'll be customized to fit each polling station, and they are serialized. With the replacement forms, they are not going to be sent to the polling station, and that's my problem. The operatives of the MPP will not learn. They are not sent to the polling stations. They are the regional officers. The idea is that when the real pink sheets or those at the polling station are damaged or there are mistakes in them, then they will come for those ones. That's what they call them, replacement.
But that's where
would you let me talk? Will you let me talk?
Oh, I'm asking. That's where even the neutrals have a problem.
And I'm saying that is what we call replacement form, because the real form should be, there must be some problems with the, you even know that your ballot paper, when you enter the box, you could make mistakes. And you are allowed, they call it spoiled ballot, to return it. So when people are filling out these forms, in the last elections, when the matter went to the Supreme Court, they noticed that there were some pink sheet that had similar serial numbers. And the MPP raised issue with that, saying that there were some pink sheets with serial numbers. But these were the extra ones that were supposed to be replaced when a pink sheet is spoiled. So this time around, they have learned their lessons. And what they have done is to title them emboss replacement. Then, when the one at the pink police station somehow is damaged, then you can now send that one for it, and then they will transfer all the information in there. It will be stapled with the damaged one, and then you can show that this damaged one, this is a replacement one.
But hearing that there are no serial numbers, is that not a concern?
According to, and I was listening to the man this morning, the deputy, Ayuba.
Yes, Ayuba.
Ayuba said that every document that is leaving the EC is numbered. Every document that is leaving the EC is serialized. Every ballot paper that is leaving the EC is serialized. So they must know, it starts from 1 to 3,000. There must be numbers to show, and you can track it. This morning, he clarified and indicated that every one that leaves the EC office is serialized and numbered. So where lies this accusation that the EC is engaged in acts that are meant to derail the democratic process of this country?
If it's a concern, then...
And I'm saying that the EC has responded to that.
I do understand you.
In fact, they even said the replacement forms have a different color. They have distinguished it. And so every paper or document that's leaving the EC to the various police stations has been numbered. So you notice that this is an attempt by a group of people to lay the foundation for refusing to accept the results, as they did.
Why do you say that?
If you Google me in 2000, the last election, 2012, I constantly indicated that with the kind of agitations and criticisms of the EC, the MPP was laying the grounds to disagree with the elections. And I wasn't surprised when they went to court. That's the same thing that they are doing.
Well,
but when he comes, I have to come because he came twice. In the first one, when I finished and he took over, I never came. It is not fair that this happens.
Well, so you want me to be quiet?
I think that if he comes, you are not the one. I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to you. You see,
that's okay.
Let's respect our viewers.
You said
Don't think that you are
to
rowdy than anybody. I'm saying that when you give him an opportunity, you have to give me too.
I will.
Yes.
So we deal with this only 2 minutes
I think Amalba should follow the news and follow it well. He says he's been listening to EC, and whatever EC says, indeed, for him is the gospel truth and is final. Look, not too long ago, on the issue of the proxy, what was the statement issued by the Electoral Commission?
What do you want to show by bringing in the subject?
I want to tell you, I'm bringing in that because I want to tell you,
want to show the inconsistency.
Anybody who is a critical stakeholder in this election ought to play it, ought to come out and be vigilant. And every bit of the process must be questioned and questioned so well. Is within your right to do that. And we are saying that if the EC had cause to come out with a statement regarding the arrangement for proxy votes, which was contrary to the law, and we raised issues, went even to IPAC meeting, and they apologized profusely for such a statement coming out. Today, we don't have the right, per Amalba's analogy, we don't have the right to come out to say that, look, this is what you are doing, and if there are no serialized numbers on these, somebody sitting somewhere can come and adulterate the whole system with whatever he or she has. Then you have a problem. Then you call that lies. Then you sit here and want to use names or name calling to describe us. I disagree. It's quite unfortunate.
No.
You see, the point is that we are not the only person. A founding member of NDC,
yes,
Martin Amidu, a founding member, tells us that the Electoral Commission's way of doing things, if we are not careful, we are going to get to where things will not be better for us. And that he is of the view that the woman is kept there to rig an election, so to speak. That is, of course, no. I am not saying I said it.
No. So don't say it for him. No, it's okay. It's okay. Let him say. Let him say that. No. You know, we're having an argument, and so if you tend to say this, I deem it as an attack on the head of the institution.
It's not. I am only citing.
Conclude.
I am only citing.
You actually have only 30 seconds to end.
I'm only citing a very respected man.
You only have only 30 seconds to end.
Has a view of it, and I think it's quite unfortunate for us. With all respect to Amalba, Amalba should understand that if he, as a critical stakeholder in this election, is not ready to raise questions when things go wrong, we as members who are critical stakeholders in it, we also reserve the right to raise issues. And why is it that always NDC want to speak for the EC? Why? I don't get it. And you say we are preparing grounds to disagree with the results. Look, we are going to watch every bit of the process. We are going to ensure that if it is free, fair, transparent, we would accept the results as it is.
The 2 minutes is up.
And then we can go.
Yes, I'll give you the last 2 minutes, please.
If he can answer this question, I will answer his question. Why is it that the MPP is always attacking the EC? Now the point is this.
Should I answer?
Well, there is legitimate concerns.
Yes.
Oh, that's okay. Please.
Yes. We defend the EC when the EC is right. An example is the lies that were told in Kumasi.
You seem to be using the word.
I don't care. That is it. Okay. The lies that were told in Kumasi.
Is calling people others liars.
You see, the lies that were told in Kumasi. When that lies comes out, I will defend EC. The point is this. He talks about Martin Amido, a very respected member of the MPP called Atta Kennedy, says Nana Akufo-Addo is violent. Should we agree?
You want us to go?
Should we agree?
You want us to go there?
No, he's raising it. Let's listen to him.
Look, be decorous, be respectful. When you talk, I keep quiet.
It's okay, it's okay. You're on a certain
It's difficult having a debate with you. So you see, when we choose and pick what people say and use it as a basis to attack another group, when you mention 4 Martin Amidus in NDC, I can mention 4 Atta Kennedys in the MPP. The matter is the EC. Stop bringing in people whose views you cannot justify. Stop bringing in people whose views you have no empirical evidence. Because the EC currently has allowed representatives of the political parties to police the process. And every political party has a rep. In the printing presses, I cannot see how the MPP will now come out
and because
cry
they have
foul.
a rep, they shouldn't raise concerns? Is that what you're saying?
I am saying that, and listen to me, the concerns, as far as I'm concerned, the two, one is the lies in Kumasi that they did not emboss MPP. When in their headquarters here, it was agreed with the EC not to put the MPP there. This second one, the EC says that the replacement forms have been identified separately and they have been serialized. I am saying that these two, I will tell them that they are telling lies on any day.
I'm telling you that.
Abraham Amaliba is a member of the NDC's legal team, is a practicing lawyer and a lecturer. We also have here with us, helping us with the discussions, the National Nasara Coordinator of the MPP, Kamal Dean Abdullahi, and thank you, my good friend.
Thank you so much.
Abraham. And now we're for the segment. Next, we have entertainment. Do stay on.
Oh my God.